Hey everyone, it's me, Sean. Given the season, I decided to write you guys a love song with my ukulele.
Wait a minute, Sean. Do you really think you're qualified for that sort of activity?
Well, yeah, it's just a love song.
Not so fast. Before you can write your very own love song, you'll have to go through a quick training course.
Well, yeah, but it's just a...
Some of the earliest recorded uses of instruments dates back to around 4000 BC with the Egyptian hieroglyphs. Unlike your ukulele there, instruments ranged in variety anywhere from flutes and clarinets to lyres and harps. Percussion-based instruments were also implemented as time progressed.
I guess those Egyptians weren't really beating around the burning bush.
Shut up! A little-known fact is that we actually have record of ancient lyrics of love songs. Many of them actually have a very contemporary feel about them.
The magicians can do nothing, my sickness is unknown, but only say she is here and I revive. Contemporary, are you kidding me?
Love songs continue to evolve even within religious contexts. In fact, the Song of Solomon is actually a love song from around 3,000 years ago.
Look, dude, I just wanted to write a little
Moving
love song.
right along, the Romans had a heavy influence over love music as well. Romans were very direct about sexuality in their poems, as censorship was later developed as a social norm, but at the time, songwriters were known to take full advantage of the tongue.
That's what she said.
As the Dark Ages seeped into the European culture, the church began to suppress the writing of love songs. These are some of the first instances of popular music being condemned as devil music.
Kind of like Elvis Presley.
Right you are, Sean. In spite of this, however, the love song pressed on through many different cultures. Songwriters of the Middle Ages called troubadours are actually credited for inventing the modern love ballad. Many of these poets actually spent a lot of time flattering their listeners in order to reach a higher social status or career.
I ain't saying she's a gold digger.
Over the next 1,000 years or so, songs such as Scarborough Fair and Greensleeves dominated popular music, and now represent the Celtic genre. It wasn't until around the 1800s that songwriting became a true profession. Folk and bluegrass music developed out of the Celtic European style. Love songs grew into an even different and perhaps more provocative body. The big band era ushered in its own unique take on love songs and practically narrated the Great Depression and the World Wars.
Are you done talking yet?
Following this generation was the explosion of blues and rock and roll. Names such as Chuck Berry, Frank Sinatra, and Elvis Presley emerged from the late 40s and 50s. Music became more than simple melodies. Once preferred music decided his attitude, his social stereotype. Blues, rock, and jazz served as blueprints for genres that are now prominent today.
Like your mother.
The 60s were dominated by the early development of hard rock. The Beatles, the Rolling Stones, the Byrds, the Monkees, the Beach Boys, Eric Clapton, as well as many others, each represented a crucial addition to popular music. This was only emphasized in the 70s with bands such as The Who, Led Zeppelin, Neil Diamond, Boston, and Styx. The 80s began to popularize the one-hit wonder phenomenon. Bands like Simple Mind and Rat wrote tremendous hits and faded off into the distance. This proceeded into the 90s as well, leaving us with very few artists who aren't remarkably short-lived.
Yeah, most of them shave their head or commit suicide.
Which brings us down to your song, Sean. What kind of song will you play? Will it be fast or slow, upbeat or depressing, rap or rock?
All I have is my ukulele.
Well, Buena, that about wraps it up for today. Thanks for tuning in to this installment of...
What about my song?